6 weeks ago, I ordered what I thought was my dream custom lab putter. I'm not going to lie, guys, I've made a mistake. And I must say, I'm a massive fan of lab technology. I'm a massive fan of lab as a brand. And in terms of, zero torque putters, Langle balance putters, I think they're the very, very best on the market. And, I think every other brand's trying their hardest to try and catch them. So I ordered a custom lab putter and, I went through all the specs. I had a remote fitting, which I was so pleased with. And I completely customised this. First time, obviously, ordering a putter from Lab to my spec, to what I thought I wanted. And the reason I'm doing this video today is it's definitely not to deter anyone from buying a Lab putter, but it's if it's your first time buying a Lab putter, I don't want you to make the same mistakes I've done, because this is a, pretty much $700 to $800 putter. And unfortunately for me, I've made a bit of an expensive mistake and I'm going to have to sort of rectify it in some way. But there's a couple of things, and the first one I'm going to start with is the alignment. So there's a lot going on here. I usually love a lot of alignment on putters, but when this arrived, I didn't really feel like I'd got a problem, to be quite honest with you. Obviously, new toy, really excited obviously to use it, and actually really in love with the look of the putter. But my friends also ordered lab putters as well, so it's quite natural you pick theirs up, you have a play with theirs. What I've not realised is that there's that much going on down here, alignment wise. I feel like I've lost the flow of my stroke because I'm focusing that much on the alignment. I'm almost like not letting the putter go. So, I think the alignment when you buy putters to get square to your target the best you can. And I think once you've got square to your target, you've then got to keep your eye on the ball and just stroke the putter and let the putter go. But I've got to say, I'm really, really struggling to do that with this putter. I'm kind of, I feel as though I'm, obsessed with the alignment on it, to the point where my confidence with my putting has just dropped a little bit. And I really am putting it down to not being able to kind of just let the putter go. I'm probably going to hold that now, aren't I? So if I just show you Dan's putter, and Dan also did a remote fit. He's obviously ordered his dream spec putter. He's gone for something a lot less. And actually, when he ordered that, I was thinking, there's no alignment on that. I was like actually thinking, hindsight's great, isn't it? But when you ordered this, Dan, I didn't think you had enough alignment.
No.
But actually, when I picked it up and tried it, and it's funny how you start to think about these things afterwards, but you're literally, all you need that for is to get set and square. And I think once you've got your alignment, that is, when you put that down, just come have a look at that. There's then nothing there on the putter to sort of obsess about. I'm square to the line, and from there now I can just trust my stroke. I mean,
how fitting that you hold it.
It's not. Do you know what? It's not a coincidence, Dan. Honestly, I feel like with yours.
Well, you've used it a couple of times, haven't you?
And that leads me on to the next thing, the feeling going directly from mine to yours. We talk about this upgrade on shaft.
Yeah.
Well, I know a lot of people are really getting in the comments saying, I would never spend £400 on a shaft. It don't make any difference. I initially were on that page. I was thinking, there's no way I'm spending an extra $250 upgrading my shaft into a TPT. But now I've actually spent the money on buying a putter, and I've received my putter. I'm wishing I'd upgraded that a little bit more for two reasons. That last putt I've just hit felt absolutely amazing with that shaft in. And the second reason is I've got to love the look of my equipment, Dan. And I look down at yours and the black carbon fibre finish against the blue head. It's like, that is so, I'm like $250 from having the absolute perfect looking club that I'm in love with. Whereas I look down at mine, and I love it, don't get me wrong, I don't want to sound like a spoilt brat, I do love it, but when I put it aside of yours, I think you've absolutely nailed it with your spec. So if I were doing it again, and it's difficult for you to probably comprehend like what I'm trying to say, because you might be ordering your first putter, and like, it is a big upgrade. $250 is a big upgrade, but I'd hate you to do what I've done and sort of get your putter and then wish you'd upgraded at the time. But that for me is like, where can you go from that?
You can't.
You can't go anywhere, can you? And I've always said this when you're buying equipment, is if you really love your golf and, you know, obviously you're willing to spend good money on your golf, probably don't leave any stone unturned. And I think that's what I've done by not upgrading into the top shaft.
Yeah.
So my next point goes on to the grip. Now you'll see there's a Super Stroke 3.0 on there. It's not a press grip, but that was me like desperate that I've spent a lot of money on a putter and weren't feeling comfortable with the grip, because we ordered the grip a little bit blind. Obviously never had a lab putter before, so we all ordered the press pistol 2 degrees, and yeah, it's a little bit undersized for me. So when I compared it against a thicker grip, I felt as though I'd not got as much control with this sort of thinner pistol grip. So we did a little experiment. We put the Super Stroke on it, which it's not affected. It's not affected like the line angle balanceness, has it?
No, we put in
Or the
revealer.
torque.
Yeah.
We put it in the revealer. But having said that, I'm so uncomfortable with it now. And you've noticed this week, haven't you?
Yeah, you've
because
just not been the same.
I'm having to actually preset a press, and for me, it just don't feel natural. And I'm counting on good judgment, aren't I, to get that club face sort of, you know, a consistent loft, which I don't like leaving things to judgment. But that was me kind of, yeah, crying out for a little bit of trying to fix my putter, really, because I don't feel like I putted so well with it. As had some flashes of good putts, haven't I?
You've all some good putts, but yeah, I think overall just struggling a little bit.
So I think if I were going to do it again, I'd really consider what grip size you want, and I would have ordered the XL grip. So my next putter, which I'm up, do you know what? And I'm going to lead on to the next thing, the final point, and this is nothing to do with probably my judgment, but because we've not tested these putters outside, we tested them, you know, I'd tested a DF3 before inside at a retailer, and it feels fantastic on good, quick greens. But I would say, if I'm going to order another putter, I'd be considering the Oz.
Yeah.
Because you know, obviously we're quite lucky we spoke to Sam Arn, and he says that the Oz is a little bit, almost, is it a quicker face, would you say?
Yeah, a bit quicker off the face.
A little bit quicker off the face. I think the Lab is a fantastic putter, and I think in summer in UK it'd be absolutely amazing. But we're playing on obviously dewy greens today, but we've played on some slower greens in UK. And you know when you feel like you can't let the putter do the work?
Yeah, you're just having to give it a bit more, aren't we?
I hate the feeling of having to force a putt. For me, like, I've always considered myself quite a good putter. And even on this green, it's a little bit of an uphill putt. It's not even a longish putt, is it really?
No, it's 20 foot.
It's a mid-length putt, and I still feel if I put the stroke on I'd like to put on it, let's see where we can get. Because I reckon where I'm comfortable with would be that. That should be enough to get to the hole. You might think I'm being ridiculous here, but if I try to swing any firmer than that, then I'm hitting the putt rather than stroking it. So I'll go one more. This is what I need to do to get to. I mean, obviously I've adapted into it a little bit, but I think when you're having to hit a putt like that, that were a little bit of luck. When you're having to hit a putt like that, that's when my distance control, you know, it becomes like from there, like
it's a bit inconsistent.
It's inconsistent, and I've noticed that over these last few weeks. So, look, I'm a massive advocate of Lab now. You know, I love the product, I love the technology behind it, and by no means am I going to be looking to kind of switch into a different brand, because I do love my putter, but I wish I'd ordered it in different specs. And I think to sort of conclude, I would have ordered it in this blue. I'd have ordered it with this alignment. Basically, you've ordered my dream putter.
Yeah. So you want me to sell it, that's what you're saying?
Apart from, obviously, when we went through the remote fitting, I think I needed a 70 lie, I needed a 36-inch shaft, and I would have gone for probably the XL Press 1.5 in grip. So obviously Hindsight's great. I've had a chance to test my putter now. You know, I love the product, but if I was going to order it again...
But do you think now the Oz is out, would you switch to the Oz because it's a bit faster off the face?
Yeah, you're probably right in that. Do they do it in that electric blue?
I believe so, yeah.
Well, do you know what? You laugh like, but do you know, like, for me, I do have to love the look of my
I
equipment.
know, yeah, you are like that.
And what I would say is, I feel like with your putter, I think yours is a tad hotter now I've tested them.
Ooh,
Side by
not
side.
sure about that, but
It could just be me.
controversial.
But I think when I hit yours a little bit firmer, I think the feel's nicer with this shafting than what I get with mine.
Yep.
I think because it's probably a better shaft and it's creating more feel through my hands, when I do it the like stronger stroke, it don't feel as, it feels nicer than mine.
Maybe you just need to do some extensive testing with mine then.
I think I probably do actually. I think what I will do before committing into what route I go down next is we're nearly there. You know, I'm nearly at the spec that I want, but I'm going to do some more testing with yours, and then I'm either going to go DF3, but if I still feel that I need a little bit more help, you know, getting to the hole on the longer
Something a bit
putts,
quicker, yeah.
I'm going to go into the
Oz.
The Oz, yeah. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed that video. That's a little bit of honesty from me, and I hope if you're buying your first putter, you can take some of them considerations into mind and don't make the mistakes I made. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in a few days' time. Bye.